we do see that Time was able to kind of move against the odds. Again, Stats was the big name there in the upper half of the bracket, but now Time has made it all the way to the finals, and now we're going to find out who will meet him there.
Will we get another TvP or a TvT? Let's find out on today's episode of ESL Open Cup Asia, as we are joined in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE by the blue Protoss player, hailing from South Korea and playing for Raise Your Edge Gaming. We have the limey boy, Zest.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, the PG. It is Cure.
Alright, yet another TvP, but two players that I feel are a little bit different from the previous game.
Oh yeah, definitely. We often talk about Zest and Stats. They aren't quite polar opposites, but they are very different kinds of Protoss players. Likewise with Creator, where Zest, he is a little bit more aggressive. Not crazy like proxy aggressive, but still more so than a player like Stats.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to watch, seeing the differences between Zest and Creator, and also between Cure and Time, because Time, it's very difficult to like clarify his playstyle, I think, just for me. Like he's definitely got that aggression that comes with a lot of Chinese players, and he's very good at the micro. But he's shown his ability to play the long game too, so like he's just a very well-rounded player overall, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. And what I will say about Cure is that Cure has been on a tear recently. I believe it was last week in ESL Open Cup Asia. Yaku in the chat could correct me, but I believe Cure blazed his way through TVZs and just dominated in the finals against Solar. It was not even close. Cure was looking terrifying.
Yeah, and we'll have to see him this week, because we missed all of the low bracket games, so we don't know how he's doing this week, but he's made it here so far, so we'll have to see how his TvP is today. Yeah. I just quickly checked. So last week, Cure 3-0'd Solar and then 3-0'd Armani. Two of the top Zerg players in the country?
Yep.
Just all in a day's work, 2 in a row. Flawless.
So at least in that matchup, Cure, it was terrifying. But of course, this is a completely different one. This is a completely different beast in Zest. And yeah, we'll see. Cure's TvP is going to be put to the test.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I haven't watched enough Cure to really place him like when it comes to Terran playstyles. I feel he's just an all-rounder. He can do whatever he needs to,
Yeah.
Like he's just a strong player.
Yeah. I would have to agree. That's something that Yaku and I have talked about a lot as well, where Cure, there's nothing that really defines him as a player, like, Beyond with his micro or Innovation with his macro, and Maru constantly cheesing all the time, because why not? But
yeah, there's nothing distinctive about him, but that doesn't mean he's a bad player.
Yeah, and to be fair, that could also be why there is a distinction between him and the best Terrans, right? He hasn't quite won a championship, and as a result, he isn't a household name like your Innovation, your Maru, your TY.
Yeah, because he's such a just strong all-around player with nothing that significantly, puts him above the rest. He's a good player, but he doesn't have those dinks, that one unique, distinctive thing he's known for. And that just means nobody really pays attention to him. Nobody really knows that name. Even I'm guilty of that. He doesn't have something that makes him stand out too much, other than just being a strong player. And it really just makes him fly under the radar. But then when he shows up, he really shows up.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we'll see how he's going to show up here at the beginning of 2021. Already looking strong in the previous ESL Pro Tour last week. But here he is against Zest. And mates, we have a Dark Shrine done. Oh god.
Yeah, Zest, he's Zest, alright.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is Mr. Start in the natural, so he can at least deal with that DT.
But there's 2 in here. He's used one of his scans and he doesn't have enough for another. He picks up one of those DTs and manages to squeeze out. No damage done. And loses 2 of the DTs. Good hold by Care.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous, but he had some side defense in the natural, and he had a scan banked up. So nicely done.
Yeah, very well executed defense. You know, didn't lose any SCVs or anything like that. Just kind of was like, all right, you wanna play? I'll play. He hand shook on it and just beat him out. And now we're going into the hand shook. Is there a better word for that?
They came to an agreement. You know, I don't.
I guess
They got the bread.
Let's not worry about that. I'm a play-by-play caster. I don't use the fancy smart people words. Like hand shook. Yeah, fancy smart people analyst words like hand shook.
Yeah. Wow. Your vocabulary is so impressive, Alyx.
Yeah, look at me.
Oh,
I'm
God.
such a smart person. I know words and shit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Sure.
the DTs have the DTs have turned into 2 Archons and a Warp Prism. It's a tale as old as time, and there they go.
There they go. You know, fighting's a little bit of damage. 3 SCVs do go down, but in the end, Zest is forced back. Meanwhile, interesting. So we do have the CC from. Is that intentional? The direction of the CC? Nope. No, it was not. It was not intentional.
That was definitely a misrally.
Oh boy. Yeah. Unfortunately, the SCVs were headed towards the mineral line, and the CC wanted some of that action.
Yeah, he must have hotkeyed wrong, and he must have been like rallying the SCVs and then just like rallied and then just commanded the orbital wrong.
Yeah.
I've done that a lot when I play Terran. I'll just have a CC floating there. I was like, where the hell are you going?
It's a bit unfortunate, but it was only a small slip up. It only delayed the 3rd CC for a little bit. He does end up getting it up and running.
Yep, he already had SCVs transferring over, so not much time wasted. But yeah, very, very heavy Rax play here. He's got so much bio on the ground already. And a few medevacs to back it up too, so he's probably going to go for a little bit of a poke here on the 3rd perhaps.
Yeah, it goes to show the differences between Cure and Time, where Time is a lot more tank focused as the backbone of his army. Meanwhile, Cure, he's playing around so much more with Widow Mines instead.
Yeah, no, he's got the Widow. When it comes to TvP, you either go Siege Tanks or you go Widow Mines. Those are the 2 like siege units you really go for. Widow Mines, you can drop with them. Siege Tanks, you can really just hold the position really well. But if you miss micro or don't target fire when you've got Zealots running at you, good luck with both of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a doom drop coming in. It did get spotted by the observer of Zest. Zest, he's ready and waiting to blink in.
He knows Pepe laugh. He knows the doom drop's coming. And we'll see how he responds.
Oh my Cure knows. Oh my God, what is happening?
Instead of scanning, he builds a turret. Okay, now that's a power move.
I'll be honest, I have not seen that before.
I haven't seen that one before. Yeah, it's like instead of scanning, he just builds a turret directly underneath the observer. That is. He doesn't want to kill the observer. He just wants to assert his dominance.
Oh my God. Okay, well.
The Terran way.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to zone out the observer, zone out the detection of Zest. Now Zest, you know, he has very much more limited scouting information here, forced to leave all these stalkers at home.
Yeah, no. The run by caught out, very good. A few of them do make it out, but it shouldn't do much damage.
Yeah, not much whatsoever. This drop, likewise compared to Cures, they're kind of just chilling, you know, waiting for an opportunity.
They're just waiting for one of them to blunder their pieces and then just go for the kill.
Mate, there's missile turrets all over the place. I just realized.
Yeah, he's like, all right. I instead of using my scans, I will put missile turrets everywhere. These will do the scouting for me.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Scouting pylons.
It is. Except I guess more useful than scouting pylons.
Yeah. because they can shoot. I mean, pylons used to be able to shoot back in the day of the mothership core.
Oh, don't remind me of that. That was
man. I'm glad I wasn't playing back then. Actually, I might have been.
that was a solid. Oh, the Warp Prism gets taken out.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, yeah. This is the end. Goodbye. They did nothing. Congratulations, Zealots. You did nothing. Here's an award.
Meanwhile,
I've got to look at Reddit memes.
we'll get there. We'll get there. Meanwhile, Cure, he just scans. He's just getting ready to dive into the main base. This time, there is no stalkers here, ready and waiting on the side of Zest.
There is, however, also a flank going down to the 4th. There is army here, however, but he's still waiting. He's still holding that stim. And here he goes, stimming back a little bit, just poking in, keeping the army over here.
Another missile
while he waits to attack. This is like the late game spore forests where you just move like a ton of spores up the map, but he's just building missile turrets just everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him, especially because there are DTs. Bearing note, these are blink DTs as well, looking to dive into this mineral line.
They blinked. There they go. Oh, so many drones. SCVs just going down. Here come the ghosts, though. They can get the EMP off, and he missed. But they do get recalled.
Wow, that was in like the blink of an eye. In a matter of a couple of seconds, 14 SCVs were gone down.
Yeah, and he gets the recall out too. None of them died in that recall, I believe. So, very good poke there.
Oh, that was cute as well. He actually used the AoE of his Colossus to kill that forward Widow Mine there without detection.
The friendly fire moves. That's the kind of stuff somebody on a ladder will be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna do this cool move," and then just kill their own unit.
Oh, the EMPs did land though.
Oh, yeah, those were some good EMPs. The stim coming in here, massive Marauder count. The Viking able to take out the Colossus. There's a little bit of an arc coming in here. All the Immortals are down here, actually. The rest of the Stalkers just showing up to the party. More Disruptors coming in. They should discourage this push, but pretty good trade there for Cure. Oh, the Blink DTs, though.
Oh, the big DTs are going to clean this up, but at the same time, that drop did go into the natural, and everything is going to go down, even denying +3.
Ooh, +3 goes down. The really good trades on that side of the map. That part of the army gets pushed back, but this part of the army is doing massive damage to the natural. There goes a bunch of production. There goes the upgrades, and they're coming for more.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, he's not done going toe-to-toe with these Stalkers, even forcing all the probes off the line. And Zest, he's not turning around. He's just going across the map as well.
Yeah, he's just trying to out-trade him here. He's pushing in with the rest of his army with the high-tech units on this side of the map, which will definitely discourage any push to try and defend. And Cure's gonna have to be really careful here, since he's microing 2 armies at once.
Oh my god.
Oh, but he brought everything here.
Exactly, he's ready for the base trade.
Yeah, Zest is committing to this. Like, the Blink in 2, the EMP is good, but there's not a lot of units here. The rest of them on the other side of the map trying to out-trade. A good arc, very good trades here, but in the end, the army on the other side of the map able to pull it through for Cure.
GG gets called. Zest did not have enough army to push into the natural of Cure. And as you said, that drop was just devastating, dealing so much damage, forcing Zest all in. Really well played by Cure.
Zest was forced to commit, and like there wasn't a lot of army on that side of the map for Cure, but like he was doing so much damage on the other side. Like even with the army advantage in the natural, it just was not enough. Very well played there by Cure. Able to take the first game
Yeah.
of the series. Man, that last series was so long. I'm forgetting which game is which. You know what? It happens. It's my first cast back.
It's fine. It's fine. You're doing great. That was game number 1 in our second semi-finals, and what a game number 1 as well. Zest trying to style a little bit on Cure with his DTs, with his blinks, but in the end, Cure with his mass missile turret style was just too good.
it's the tactical missile turret. It's like the tactical meal, right? It's not a matter meal. It's a tactical meal. Right, you put it there so they accidentally click on it. Right?
There you go.
So that it messes up their movement. It's exactly what it is. I'm not a BM player. Anyways, joining us in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE. The blue Protoss player hailing from South Korea and playing for Raise Your Edge Gaming. He really is a citrusy boy. It is Zest.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, already up 1-0 in this best of 5 series. I'm curious to see, is he even going to drop a map here? We shall find out. It is Cure.
Zest was sick. Now he is cured. Oh my god. Chat is worse than me.
Oh god.
Chat, how are your jokes worse than mine? Thought I was the bottom of the barrel.
Nope, the battle just keeps getting deeper and deeper, mate. It's awful.
I mean, it's Twitch chat, let's be real. How can I be the bottom of the barrel when Twitch chat exists?
Oh god. It's all awful. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
It's awful in the best way.
Pun away in the chat, we will not ban you. It's fine.
As much as I insult Twitch chat and make the haha funnies, I love Twitch chat. You guys are watching me struggle through this cast. I appreciate people watching the video game. StarCraft is a great game, and you guys are enjoying it and hearing me talk about the game in a manner where I seem like I know what I'm talking about. And you know what? Hey, works for me.
It's great.
Yeah, as casters, we love the chat. Unless they're being Twitch chat GMs, in which case, no, you're not.
It's fine. But yeah. I mean, I'm sure everyone is enjoying themselves here. Like, again, there is this period of downtime where, you know, I Am Katowice is a month away. There's no big major premier tournaments. And right now, everyone is just preparing just for that, for the biggest event of the year, the new World Finals.
The World Championships.
Yeah.
And in this like little off season we've got going on, I hope everybody is everybody in the StarCraft community is a bit content starved. You know, there's no big things going on. All we've got is the Open Cups. So hopefully we can bring these games to you and fill that content gap when it comes to StarCraft. Because with the way that the ESL Pro Tour has been running, you've got these big bursts of content. You've got all the dream hacks just going at once, everything in the span of like a weekend. You know, so many games, so many cool games going on, you know, all over the world. And you've got these brief periods where there's just like nothing. So it goes from a crap ton of content to Open Cups.
Yeah. Arguably too much content at once. It's
it's very hard to keep up with.
Things get very overcrowded, very condensed in those periods. But we'll see how things turn out in 2021. They did say that they were going to spread things out a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I definitely couldn't keep up because during the DreamHack period, you and I and Yaku were casting those. We were casting the Taiwan, Hong Kong, and the China regions, and those were late for us, right?
Oh yeah.
Which means that we weren't awake for when Europe and NA and everything was going on, so I could not keep up with any of those at all.
It was a massive marathon. As soon as we went offline, Creighton and Grant would pick up straight away with DreamHack EU.
Yeah, it was insane, and I was just passed out.
Yeah, it was very intense.
Sucking up more bad jokes, please. Oh no.
Oh god.
The chat doesn't like me S-wording for them.
I feel attacked.
I can't say that word. I can't say that word on Twitch.
No, you'll get banned.
You know the word. The four-letter S word. I'm not allowed to do that for chat. They don't want it. They just want the jokes. I get it. I get it.
Meanwhile,
I'm just the funny woman.
God.
Oh, this DTs, by the way.
Yeah, just like the previous game, we have plenty of DTs. Something we didn't get to talk about, though, is that there is plenty of energy for scan because just like Time, Cure, he went for his third CC before Factory.
The quick third. You know, we got the quick third going on. He's got the energy for the scan, able to defend very nicely. He did lose more SCVs this time around, but, you know, it's not the worst. It could have been worse.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we've seen this deal like a devastating amount of damage to a lesser player, but this time Cure, even though he went for two completely different openers here in both of these games, he has been able to defend pretty well.
Yeah, and now we've got the two Archons in a plane, the classic. Just kind of hanging out. It's like the Avengers, right? You've got. I don't know where I'm going with this.
What? I was about to say, I was like, what?
The Avengers? There was like a joke somewhere that I had, and then it just left my brain.
I don't believe that. I don't believe.
There was a joke. I promise. I just have ADHD, and things leave my brain in a matter of seconds. All right.
Oh god.
It just happens. All right. It just happens. See. All I'm good for is I'm the funny woman that makes the jokes on the cast, and that's clearly what Chad is picking up on. And now I can't even make the jokes. What am I?
Oh god, it's over. We're done.
My career's done. Which Chad's gonna crucify me.
I mean, speaking of done, this is a pretty heavy push. You know, without any medevacs whatsoever. What a nice stim timing though.
Yeah, he's just stimming right in. He gets a few kills, gets the shields off the next side, but without the Nexus, but without the medevac. This is gonna get shut down pretty easily.
Yeah.
Still a decent bit of damage for a very cheap trade. You know, bio, cheap, replaceable, easy to kill, but you know, it can do quite a lot of damage if used well. This is a decent bit of damage.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty torn about how that turned out because again, that was a pretty strong like stim push, and sure he got a lot of worker kills, but at the end of the day, like Zest is still ahead in workers.
He lost everything.
Yeah, he lost a lot of supply and he wasn't really able to like capitalize extremely well off of it. But I guess at the same time he needed to deal with damage, right? Otherwise Zest would be well ahead in workers.
Yeah. Yeah, he needed to try and do something to get ahead. But it ended up turning out to be a mostly even trade. On both sides, honestly. Maybe even slightly in Zest's favor, honestly. But it was enough of a dent that Cure it gives Cure space. You know, despite losing that trade heavily, he is able to get the space and catch up a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm really curious about something. So Cure is going for a second round. This time, there are so many Marauders here. There's no shield batteries. Ooh. It's possible that he could just snipe the Nexus. Yeah,
Marauders do so much damage. Oh, they will melt this thing.
Oh, he gets spotted though.
Oh, but he sees it. He sees it. There's an observer there. He is ready for this. He's ready for this one. He's got the Archons here too, and the Immortals. Yeah, he's got a dip. Oh, the storm from the high ground.
Oh god.
Ooh. He misses the third one, but that is still quite a bit of damage. Another storm comes down and straight into Archons. Two more Archons. Most of these are in orange health. You know, they can't stim. They're gonna get overstimmed. They're gonna get picked off. They have to leave.
And just like
They're
that,
just dipping.
Yeah, Zest just shut that push down like he had the vision ready for it. This time, Cure, he did not have the offensive missile turrets to take to get rid of that vision.
He's gotta bring those back, man. That's the key to victory right here. That's the strat. He's got the scouting. He's got the scouting depot. What's the scouting turret?
I know, right?
Come on, man.
Like the turret is just superior in every single way. Like,
I think we've found the unique thing about Cure. He just puts buildings in places.
I want him in this series. Yeah, I want him in this series to just continue to throw down the stars. I want that to become his thing. That'd be amazing.
I want that to be the Cure thing. Maru is his proxy Rex. Innovation has his robot-like skills, and then Cure has his just missile turrets everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a fastest map ever game. It's just like a line of missile turrets just shows up.
Oh god,
out of nowhere.
Zest, he's just forcing the base trade. Like he's just pushing across the. Yeah, exactly. Cure, he's not turning around. He's just going straight into the natural.
Yeah, no. Cure, Zest decided, all right, this is over, and he's going for the forced mate. And all these High Templar and Archons doing a lot of damage. He's right on top of the production, but on the other side of the map, mass amounts of Marauders on top of the natural. Gonna be able to break into the main into. Yeah, no, this is gonna be a hard bit to cast because it is a full-on all-in base trade on both sides.
Yeah, and unlike last time, Cure, he doesn't have this amazing defensive position on the high ground. This time, Zest is in the heart of the production of Cure. Likewise, though, Cure is in the main of Zest, and neither player really has any defensive force.
Yes, there's no defense. Everything is depowered, and it is once again down to the armies on the board, and nothing else.
Oh
Both
my.
on even supply count, so we'll have to see how quickly the buildings get destroyed. Because I don't think these armies want to fight. They just want to
Exactly.
race.
Yeah, and Cure, he escaped. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought there was an SCV in that medevac. That would have been amazing,
He
but
has two workers somewhere.
oh, he
He has two
does.
SCVs somewhere. Oh, they're in the main.
Oh yeah, they're here right in the main in the corner, so they're gonna go down. They're not gonna be able to build any units whatsoever. Never mind. Zest, he was ready for this, well prepared for the base trade.
Yeah, and he's even building back up on that side of the map. Gonna be able to get a supply cap off. Gonna be able to produce much, but he's gonna be able to stick around.
He needs to land.
And
he needs
he's
to
gonna
repair.
force a fight. Uh-oh. He's gonna
Repair.
drop mules. He's gonna
Repair.
drop the mules. Drop the mules. There they are. One mule.
Oh god.
that hit 20 HP.
Jesus Christ. Okay. With that, thankfully, Zest, he does not know where the final building is, so the game hasn't ended quite yet. But important to bear in mind, regardless, this is the final building. If this goes down, Cure is done.
Yeah. Yeah, he will see the production buildings just floating off in the corner, and he's going to just, yep, that's the last CC. Ooh, that storm though. Decent split, but those storms poking down that HP, draining the energy of the medevacs. You know, these little things matter in situations like this.
Definitely, they matter so much.
Oh, there's a storm. A drop storm comes down. He doesn't want to stim yet. He's waiting for the storms to be used before he stims.
Also, just realized
flying a Rax over.
Yeah, we have a couple. We have a Rax. We have a solid 1-1-1 here in the corner. But again, the problem is that mining is happening for Zest.
Yeah, so if he gets unsupply blocked, he can actually reinforce. Which is not good. That stim runs out. They're still on full health. He has a decent position on the ramp, but Zest is so deep into that high ground, it's difficult for Cure to break this.
I was gonna say Cure can't push up the ramp, right? Like as soon as he tries, he's just gonna get stormed upon.
Yeah, he's that far up the ramp that like if anything happens, yep, here we go. We've got Zealots charging in, storms onto the bio. So much damage is being done. He isn't able to keep out of the bio, and Zest will take down game 2. GG.
GG, well played. Zest ties up the series 1-1. And now, this is essentially a best of 3.
Yep. It's even footing. Good games from both players, both ending up in base trades. This is more kind of what you expect from a TvP. You know, you expect the late game like in that last series, but the fact that both games have ended in a base trade so far, that seems a bit more typical.
Yeah. It goes to show how good these players are, where at the end of the day they kind of just end up outmaneuvering each other, and then it's like, well, I mean, my army's across the map, your army's across the map, let's just go, let's just do this.
Where it comes down to that, like I've mentioned before, that limit test, that super committed base trade where it becomes a pure limit test. There is nothing you have, there is no resources, you have what you have, and then it comes down to a last fight.
Oh boy. Oh.
Did we get dropped?
Okay. It happens to everyone.
Everybody question marking?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just this.
It happened last week as well.
Okay. Lobby crash. We'll be alright.
Lag
from last week. Alright. I'm going again.
Yeah, we're going in again. For those wondering what happened last week, I think it was with Zest as well. Like, we would make the lobby and the lobby itself would just crash and we couldn't get in.
It's cursed.
Mm.
What the hell was that noise? Sorry, city noises. I live in the city now. There's a lot of random noises. I apologize.
It's okay. That actually wasn't picked up by the mic.
Oh, neat. Cool. All right. Anyways, game number 3 in the series. Completely reset. We're 1-1 as we're joined on the bottom right-hand corner of the map of Death Aura LE by the blue Protoss player. Hailing from... I did not switch to observe view. Hailing from South Korea and playing for Raise Your Edge Gaming, we have a certain citrusy boy. He is Zest.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. We are tied up 1-1 in this best of 5. We'll see who is able to take the lead here. It is Cure.
All right, here we are. We got the Reaper block on a map like Death Aura. That's fair enough. And so far nothing insane, but you know, it's Zest. Anything could happen.
So is Zest gonna go DTs again?
I mean, it's Zest. So
Right.
who knows?
Yeah, so far 2 games in a row he has gone for pretty similar openers. I was actually talking about this with Yaku as well, how Zest, it feels like he's the kind of player who he comes up with a certain play style in a matchup, and that's just kind of what he sticks with, and he just continues to refine, and that's just kind of what he is and what he knows until he comes up with something better.
Yeah, no, he has this thing where he'll be like, all right, I'm gonna try this build for the first game, and then he's gonna, and then he just decides, all right, I'm gonna keep using this build, but I'm gonna adjust it for every single game.
Mm-hmm.
And well, we'll see if that continues.
That we shall, as he was able to win the previous game, so yeah, we shall see. Again, Death Aura does come into play a little bit on a map like this. It is a little bit easier to defend and get up on not just 3 bases, but also 4, as you know, they are all kind of in this small corner of the map.
Yeah, they have like this little pocket for the 3rd and the 4th. Easily defensible. You got the high ground of the 3rd. You've got that really dangerous ramp as well. There's a lot of space between the 4th, or around the 4th, that you can get a defense on that choke, because that choke is deadly. If you can defend that, like, there's no breaking that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that ramp on the 3rd as well. It's really good for defending. You've got the cliff as well for things like siege tanks. So I've thought about this map and analyzed it really a lot in my time with this map in the map pool, and it's a map that can go into really long games or really short games. Because of how defensible it is. But if you do break the defenses, then suddenly your push is very difficult to stop, because if you have that high ground position on the 3rd, like, you suddenly have a lot of space to work with compared to actually pushing into it.
Yeah, definitely. So we shall see if they're able to break each other. We'll see if we end up in another base trade scenario, because so far things are going pretty similarly. Because once again, Zest, we got the Dark Shine on the way. You know, what if it ain't broke, don't fix
Same
it.
thing again. Yeah, no, he's got that opening. He's got the zesty openings as always.
Yeah.
And yeah. I make comparisons between StarCraft and chess a lot, and Zest is one of those players that will make his own openings. And he's kind of known for that, for pioneering openings.
Yeah.
Just because he wants to. That's just how he plays.
Definitely. Famously, a year ago now, you know, he was the one who brought Glaive Adepts to the forefront of the PvZ meta. And a lot of people curse him because of it, but yeah,
Yeah, I blame him.
Yeah, a lot of people blame him, but he made that happen. But here he is with these DTs. But once again, just like the previous game, Cure went for a very faster TC before the 2nd racks, so he should have plenty of energy as long as he doesn't use a mule for those scans.
Yeah, he has a scan ready on that 3rd orbital. Pick up the DTs, the scan comes up, and he picks them up. Perfectly even, no trades, nothing happens. Gonna go for the Archons as same again. You know, it's a much like the 2 Immortals in a Warp Prism, 2 Archons in a Warp Prism. It's just it's a tale that has been told by many generations of StarCraft players ever since the Archon has been around.
Just like the Avengers, ?
Listen, there was a joke a YouTuber made once, and I was trying to reference that, and then I forgot the joke.
God damn it. But yeah, this is something that we see that we saw a little more prominently in PvZ, but here Zest is whipping it out in this matchup. We'll see how much damage he can get done here.
Ooh, that missile turret though, keeping the Warp Prism at bay. Not able to get too much damage in here. Some decent micro. He's trading out a little bit. But in the end, nothing consequential.
Yeah, but like pretty decent. You know, if you look at the units lost, like Zest hasn't lost anything, and he's just been, you know, shaving away at that marine count.
Yeah, he's just kind of picking off things, trying to slow down he's keeping Cure from hitting a very hard timing by reducing the marine count, reducing the effectiveness of it, potentially even discouraging the timing altogether if he gets good enough trades. But Cure's going for the same thing last game as he did last game, just the Marine Marauder, just stim push.
Oh yeah, we saw it last time, you know, without those medevacs, and he was able to kill a decent amount of workers at the third base for Zest, but we were talking about it like this is a little bit more of a defensive position. There is that choke point at that third, and it's going to be very difficult for Cure to really do much here, and he turns back around and he's still at home.
Yep, he definitely can't go for the same push as last time. There just isn't the space for it. If he walks into that choke point with those units just in the back of that choke point, like, he's just gonna die. That is death.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that was bad. Oh god.
This is what you pay me for, and you don't even pay me.
Oh god, this is why you are the best replacement for Yaku. This is because let's be real here. I'd be hearing the same stuff from Yaku, except arguably worse.
I'm Yaku, but like a woman.
Yeah.
It's the only difference, really.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, no, it's literally the only difference between us.
I'm actually worried because right now I feel like you have the brain cell and Yaku is like doing homework right now. Like he's working on his
he
side.
actually studies. I'm unemployed and don't go to school, so he kind of needs the brain cell right now. But I'm actually saying words that make sense that are also mildly smart, and I kind of know what I'm talking about. So I think I somehow procured the brain cell from him, and this is not good.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for Yaku whatsoever. I apologize to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit him up in the DMs later. I was like, sorry, I know you're doing like studying and shit. You kind of need it.
Oh boy, but speaking of studying, here we go. Zest, he's here with this massive push, warping in another round of Stalkers.
Woo! This is a hard hitting timing right here. He's got a couple of Immortals, a couple of Argons. Oh, and the drop storms. So much health lost here. The Zealot's not able to quite get in and with the concussive shells, but the boys are forced to be pulled with the sheer number of storms coming in. Another round of Zealots. Oh, the Warp Prism does get taken down though.
Yeah.
This could be held.
Exactly, that was so key that the Warp Prism was sniped. But you know what? Even though he holds on and Cure survives, he lost 25 SCVs.
Yeah, that was massive damage to him, but he does manage to hold on with heavy losses. But that Warp Prism being sniped was essential. If those charge slots got out, that's devastating. That is like a game-ending move. But the snipe there keeps him alive at severe cost.
Exactly, like Cure, he's alive, but is he living? Is kind of the question at the moment. He's
on borrowed time.
Yeah, exactly. And time, he's waiting in the finals. He is not one to be bored. So
nope.
Not at all. Oh god.
I'm not the only one making the joke.
Zest is getting ready for the next round. 4 High Templar ready and waiting in the brand new War Prism.
Wait, what's their energy like?
I can't see. They're in the
I can't tell. You can't tell from in the Warp Prism. God damn it. Oh. Okay, good blink.
Yeah.
Avoids the Widowmine. And poking on its orbital, this probably might go down. Oh, the storm of the SCVs. Oh, Jesus Christ, they just disappeared. They're gone.
Oh god, and he's still got 3 more High Templar. Another storms are landing. The EMPs are missing the High Templar.
Yeah, he's keeping them safe in the Warp Prism away from the storms, from the EMP, sorry, and he's still got a lot of EMP energy, but we'll have to see how that plays out. Ooh, good blink over the left side. A lot of the EMP energy used. There isn't any storms left as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
But the blink does a lot of damage, but it isn't enough.
Cure, he does win the fight, and honestly, it was very impressive to see. Zest was dropping the High Templar for the storm, but as soon as they dropped, EMPs landed on them, so no more storms were available for Zest. But at the end of the day, the damage was done once again.
That massive storm onto the mineral line was critical here, and while Cure is able to get away with this with the EMPs, and there being no more storms, they're just gateway units. Oof. This is, I mean, Cure's still heavily down in econ. Like the income.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, good charge. Decent EMPs.
Oh, the flanking
Onto the charge lot.
disruptors.
Oh, they missed though, and the pickup is good.
Oh god, this is still quite close because again, the army of Cure still has so much potential, especially with those ghosts, with those EMPs. Like if he can somehow tip the scale in his favor in a fight, then maybe he can win.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible. Oh, that's a lot of disruptors.
It is. That's yeah, that's the problem. EMPs aren't gonna help whatsoever against disruptor shots.
I know, they don't need energy. There's a little bit of a run by here with the DTs and Zealots. Good scan. Concussive Shells. Concussive Shells is like a good upgrade, like especially against Protoss.
Oh yeah.
Okay, a whiff on the first disruptor shot, but those SCVs are having to run away. That base is evacuated.
Jed, it's happening again.
Uh-oh. Round 3.
Oh god.
Round. Oh, that disruptor shot though. Oh, the defense is almost entirely gone for Cure here, so he's gonna get full access to the production here for Zest. And it's the same rigmarole.
Yep.
You know, time is a circle. Time is also in the finals, and a human.
And the problem is, okay, so once again, Zest is in the production of a Cure. Cure, he's trying to bank up whatever he can. The problem is, Zest, once again, mate, he's ready for this. Look at all the probes surviving, just going across the map.
He has all his probes, and, like, Cure, on the other hand, is losing his. I mean, he has mules, but, like, can't really use mules when you don't have orbitals.
He doesn't have mules. He just he doesn't have anything whatsoever. He's just got straight up buildings, no CCs, no orbitals, none whatsoever.
Not to be revealed in a second too. I mean, there's no flying units from Zest, but it's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be difficult for both sides. I mean, army supply is about even, but once again, for the third game in a row, Zest is ready. He's already got a Nexus coming back up.
Exactly. Like, he has enough money for a Nexus. He can resume mining. Like, he can just play this game out. Meanwhile, Cure is stuck with what he has on the map. This is it. He has to try and find a way to end the game. He's given up on, like, the quote-unquote win condition of destroying all the buildings because he left the buildings at home. He's looking to try and go toe-to-toe with the army.
He wants to win this fight, and if he wins the fight, he wins the game. But man, there's so many shield bats on the way. This is gonna be difficult. He's gonna have to poke at these one at a time. Oh, there's a truck coming out. Okay. He dodges that one. Storm on the Widowmine. Well, here comes round 2 and 3 of the disruptor shots. Dodged. Pretty decent split. Oh, but he's catching at the probes here. Ooh. That's pretty useful.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Not too many. But it's still good.
Yeah, and now their shield batteries are done.
Ooh, good EMPs. Only one storm gets off. There's another on the other flank. But that one's out of energy too, I believe. There's still more High Templar on the way. Oh, another good EMP.
The problem is that, sure, the EMPs are great, but as soon as they go down, the shield batteries recharge the shields. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah. Like, even if he gets, even if he takes out the energy, it's like the shields come right back up, and this is a lost fight. And Zest will take game number 3, going up a game. Whew. This is a series.
Wow, GG, well played. Zest takes game number 3, as you said, is now on match point, needs one more win to take the entire series.
Yeah. And man, these games are so long. The players must be exhausted. Like, man. I'm exhausted. Goddamn, these series, they're going.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And we'll see if Cure can fight back. Again, like, these two seem pretty evenly matched. Again, like, it just, at the end of the day, it keeps coming down to these base trades. Just every single time it feels like Zest is ahead of the game. He knows what's happening. He's always got probes out on the map.
Yeah, he's just like completely prepared for a base trade. He's like, okay, like, this isn't a spur of the moment decision. He's like, I'm going to base trade. so I will prepare.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I don't speak Korean. I don't know what Cure said. Um,
Uh,
hmm.
Translates. Google. Oh. He said thank you.
Okay. I don't know why. Hang on,
Zest.
let me try and read it.
So Zest said, I think he said, oh, like that was a hard game, and Kira's like,
Ah.
thank you, because like you made him work for it? Question mark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess. Makes sense.
I'm just relying off of Google Translate. I
I don't remember my Hangul.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be real. It's been a while.
All right, here we go. We are going to be getting in to game number 4 between these two players.
Number 4.
Is this it? Is this going to end it all? Or are we going to head into that ace match?
We will find out as we load into the 4th map. It is Oxide LE, and joining us in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Protoss player, hailing from South Korea and playing for Raise Your Edge Gaming. We have the most citrusy of boys. His name is Zest.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Cure.
All right, let's see if anything changes, or if we're gonna have the same opening again and the same ending again, which seems to be the case so far. But all the games have been unique, despite this somehow. You know, it's the nature of TvP, I guess. Things just kind of happen, and even if the opening is the same, and even if the end game is the same, yeah, you know, it things happen.
Yeah, and it's still incredibly entertaining games. It's not like sure
Oh, yeah.
they all end up like in base trades, but like the way they get there and the way they turn out isn't exactly the same. So yeah, it's still been quite a series.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an exhausting series, like super long games, but they've been entertaining the whole way through. Like
Yeah.
you know what? I don't mind this. This is great. These are
Yeah.
good games.
I'm sure Time doesn't mind it either. Like this entire time, he's been slowly recuperating, just kind of chilling, drinking some water, getting some food.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have a snack, just gone to the bathroom. He's like, I don't care. I can be here for like an hour, because this series is probably gonna take an hour
Pretty
at this
much.
point. Yeah, I mean, all 3 games so far have been like 15-20 minute games. So Time's got time. It's in his name.
He's got plenty of it, so he should be well rested for the finals. No excuses for Time, but who's gonna face him? We'll find out. As so far, Cure, he's switching things up. He's not going for that faster TC.
Yeah, no, he's kind of slowing it down a bit. Not going as quick on the fast third. Looks like going for mind drops, perhaps. He's going for that 1-1-1.
Yeah, I think this is the first time he's going for a 1-1-1 this series.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I think he's gone 1-1-1 before, but not gone for mind drops. Gone for that quick third instead before getting his factory up. But if I know anything about Terran builds, this looks like a Widow Mind drop build. He's gonna have his reactor come up, and he should have a medevac out by the time the 2nd and 3rd mines come out, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, the tech lab is going to kind of throw a spanner in the works there, as it looks like, ooh, are we going to see a Raven or a Banshee opening come out
Oh,
here?
that is different. It was looking like a Widow Mine open, but the tech lab coming up is that's a bit spicy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, personally, I love Raven play here in this matchup. Like, there is so much potential with the Raven. You can go across the map and harass with auto turrets, or you can keep them at home, bank up that energy, and go for those interference matrices on those Colossus.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Ravens, absolutely super flexible unit. And interesting to see it as the opening in this game. As once again, the Dark Shrine coming up. Sure.
Yeah.
That Raven it's just it just replaces the scan.
It does. It
Like
does.
this will play out basically the same. Instead of having a third base using that scan with a third orbital, he's got a Raven instead.
Yeah. Like it's an alternate way to deal with Zest, because Zest has just been doing the same thing game after game.
Yep, door comes up, the bunker does go down, but he's forced to leave, so once again, an inconsequential trade. As Kira's gotten used to the response here.
Definitely, as once again Zest is going for those Archons, so he's just like, Zest is just doing Zest things. He's just playing out the game that he's been playing out this entire series. But as we mentioned, Cure is the one who's mixing things up, you know, with that Raven, focusing a lot more, relying a lot more on tanks this game as well.
Yeah, he's going into tanks, which is, I mean, he's done it in this series so far, but mostly on the Widow Mines, as far as I've been paying attention to.
Yeah, definitely. So he's just completely changing gears here in when he's on match point, which is quite interesting. I mean, we'll see if it's to his benefit. You know, maybe he's feeling like the way that he's been playing just isn't working against Zest. He has to do something a little bit differently, and we'll see if this is the answer, if this is the cure.
Was that a pun? God damn it.
I face palm for you, it's fine.
Right, it's the second person to compare my voice to Raynor.
Oh god.
No, I'm not Raynor.
Raynor? What?
Somebody asked his Raynor casting.
You do not sound Italian.
Yeah, I don't have an Italian accent. Sure, we may have similar voice qualities, but A, I don't have an Italian accent. B, I'm not a good player. C, I'm also a woman.
Now earn it. Now I'm casting with Raynor.
Yeah, okay. I can do an Italian accent, so pretend Raynor dropped his Italian accent somehow. And then also yes.
There you go.
And then suddenly he became a woman.
Oh
you know,
boy.
just
Okay.
normal things that happen. Oh boy.
Yeah, as we do see, Cure is getting ready to push out across the map, but Zest is ready and waiting, slowly chipping away at the army.
Yeah, using that blink to get these little mini trades, just taking things out. Ooh, that is a bit of hull damage though, so he's probably not gonna be sticking around for too long.
Yeah, he has to be a little bit careful, but again, like every time he blinks, like he's able to snipe a Marine here and there, and it does slowly take its toll on this push.
Yeah, no, he's taking things out one by one. These little tiny trades, they're coming in handy. Oh, the Dorito dust, but good force field though. Gonna keep things back.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe the Dorito cannon a little bit premature, as again, we'll see if he's able to utilize it and push while it is in effect. Just kill his own Widow Mine.
I'm gonna be real. We can pretend we do not see. Ooh, another good Dorito dusting here.
Oh my god.
The Zealots come back, taking out that tank instantly. Forced to stim back here and kite back. He's gonna have to pull off something. Actually, he's just gonna stand and shoot these Zealots. They actually got shredded there. I was not expecting that.
They did, but there's another warp in of Zealots as well, and now Zest is gonna be able to push this army back.
Yeah, he's able to keep the pressure on, force him to start to step backwards, to keep away, and to not lose all his units to those charge lots. And yeah, he holds on. Nothing too bad for either side.
He holds on for now. I'm a little bit concerned there aren't that many reinforcements here at home. The Zealots are moving across the map. At the same time, Zest was pushing into the main army.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. As alright, Zest has gone back home. He's decided against pushing too hard in on this.
Okay, so yeah, after defending, he feels comfortable enough to expand. You know, he's situating himself on 4 bases. Meanwhile, Cure, again, he was forced back. The tank count was reset. He's actually not remaking the tanks whatsoever. He's given up on that, going into Widow Mines.
Yeah, Widow Mines seem to be what he likes, but I mean, he did use tanks that first game, didn't he? And he kind of won with those.
Mm.
But you know, I don't know. Tanks can be used effectively against Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Time use them to great effect. He was heavily relying on those tanks in his series against Creator.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. Like they have their place in the matchup. It just doesn't. It just doesn't fit with what Cure wants, I guess, since he's going so bio heavy.
Yeah, exactly. And these Widow Mines are going to do wonders for him against the Zealots, but he has to be careful not to get surrounded.
Yeah, no, the Zest is definitely posturing to try and crush this army where it stands. So he's got to be careful about that. You know, keep his position good. He does have the Liberators. The Venn diagram of freedom is here to stay. And he can start kind of sieging this down with the Marauders as he slowly pushes up his Liberators.
Yeah, again, the Liberators are slowly sieging forward. So are the Widow Mines.
Yeah, no, Cure has to play this carefully. He doesn't want to overextend because then he's gonna get crushed. Oh, but the flanking drop storms, that's a lot of damage. Both the Liberators go down, and he's forced to pull back here, and he's overstimmed with those storms. He's gonna stand and fight. I don't think it's enough. He might be able to win it just here.
He's kind of forced to stand and fight at this point, and we'll see if he's able to trade efficiently. I mean, Cure was able to snap the War Prism earlier, which was a great pickoff, but at the end of the day, the army of Zest is just too strong.
Yeah, it's just way too strong, and there's more Zealots coming in. You know, if Zest keeps this momentum up, it's entirely possible he can win this, but the reinforcements are still coming in quite strong from Zest. From Cure, sorry, and he's keeping his supply up, and he's able to kite back to his natural to allow the reinforcements to start floating in. And he doesn't die, but he does lose quite a bit.
He loses an insane amount of his supply, and the problem is that like more and more Zealots are being morphed in as well. Oh, at the same time though, the Widow Mines, they want to win.
The Widow Mine. Man, they're getting some pretty good damage back.
Yeah.
But even then, like, army supplies look even, but we'll have to see. Zest is posturing once again to try and take this out. He does force the liftoff and the evacuation, and is able to honestly just take that and regroup, reconsolidate his forces. He is attacking to a bit of a choke point though, and the stimmed bio is able to just stand there and shoot them down where they are.
That they are. Again, Zest has to be so careful to engage because there are so many Widow Mines. Those shots can easily clean up all the Zealots of Zest. Meanwhile, though, he's moving forward. He has those High Templar with those storms.
Oh, that's a big storm. Oh, that's so many Red Elf Guard Marines. Even more storms coming down. He does not have, like, any ghosts here. And that blink forward, able to take out the Medivacs. This is going to be another cleaned up part of the army here. And not nearly as much traded back this time. And the Zealots from the back as well. This army's getting crushed right now.
Yeah,
I mean, he's trading back, kind of, but it's just overwhelming. And Zest is able to take the game.
Yeah, GG Zest. He doesn't just take the game, but he takes the series as well. 3-1. He ends the win streak of Cure. And Zest is now able to advance to the grand finals in another PVT. And I mean, for the first time, I also want to point this out. You know, that game, it didn't end in a base trade.
It did not. It just ended in like constant fighting that just kept on going for so long until eventually, it like the tempo just kept building up and building and building in Zest's favor, and eventually he was able to finally win out. And with that, that's the semifinals done. Oh.
That it is. GG, well played, Zest. One of the best Protosses in not just Korea, but the world does move on, taking down Cure. And I mean, again, I hope Time was taking this semifinals as an opportunity to rest a little bit, to maybe tune into the match, because again, Zest is going into the same matchup, so Time had the opportunity to watch those games and learn from what Cure was doing.